Hey guys, welcome to the Paint with Lovejoy website. This is the place for first-time and beginners to get comfortable with the painting process. If you have never painted, I am definitely the teacher for you. I will give you permission to play, to create with your hands, and I do consider this adult kindergarten, where you get to make memories with yourself or with loved ones. And you will notice that creative time is something that you will reference for the rest of your life. I do encourage you to send me photos of your paintings. And when you're done with my YouTube videos, please check out my Paint Your Pet course for even more in-depth and kind of my signature class. It's a lot of fun. Before we get started, I want to say thank you for being you. And I also want to give you permission to play today. I'm going to encourage that you take a lot of progress photos, and I do recommend that you turn off your distractions. Put your phone on mute. Please know that mistakes will happen. We call them happy accidents. And I'm going to encourage you to breathe throughout the painting process. Here are your recommended supplies and the colors for this particular video. This video also has a traceable, a line drawing at the beginning, and you can either purchase the traceable and transfer, or you could pause the video and draw it freehand, whichever you feel comfortable doing. Again, progress photos are important. And I'm going to encourage that you pause and play the video as much as you need and rewatch anything that you want. Now let's go ahead and get started painting. All right, guys, it's going to be a fun painting today. So take your first progress photo. We're going to start off with the flat brush, and we're going to do a mixture of yellow and white. And we will be starting with our lighter colors and working to darker colors. You have full permission to change any colors, modify anything for today's painting. Use the tutorials, just a base guideline, but I'm proud of you for taking time out of your day to paint. Now, for my first time painters, a lot of times you want to be really conservative and you want to be sparing with your paint. I'm going to encourage you to apply your paint a little bit thicker. I want you to go ahead and fill in all that texture. You don't want to see that texture of the canvas when you're applying your paint. And if you happen to overlap the lines of your traceable, completely okay. We will let our background dry before we do the black silhouette design. Here's another spot to take a good progress photo. And then we're going to move in with more yellow, going a little bit darker than what you were using. You may be using the direct yellow or you may be adding it to your mixture, but you want to go a few shades darker. And I'm kind of hovering around the areas where we placed the lighter yellow. And I am overlapping the lighter yellow with this darker yellow just a little bit. And where the two colors meet, the lighter and the darker shade, use light pressure with your brush and you can kind of blend the two and make a gradient color, a kind of color in between the two shades. And that's kind of where the fun part of blending and playing with your background comes into. So take your time. You do not have to go as fast as the video. Pause and play the video as much as you need and play with your background colors. All right, so now we're going to keep with that same color combo, the white and the orange, or the white and the yellow, add a little bit of orange to it. And as you can see on the tip, I do recommend doing what I call perimeter mixing, mixing on the edge. So that way, if you need to go back to your prior color, it's still there. And if you have to make your shade 2 or 3 times, don't stress about getting the exact same shade every time. It is okay to have color variations in your painting. And here, again, I'm just kind of taking this color to the edge. If you like any of the colors that we use more than another one, please feel free to fill up more of your background space with that particular color. And again, if you are holding your breath, take a nice big inhale, relax. This is not the end of the world. This is just for fun. And again, it's a great escape from your daily life. All right, so we're going to add more orange, go 2 shades darker than what you were just using. Some of you may be onto the direct orange. That way you have that nice 2 shades darker. If you've already kind of used that bright orange, you can do an orange and red mixture to go a little bit darker if you need to. But you're going to keep building on those skills. I want you to kind of go around the perimeter of your prior color, overlap that prior color a little bit, and do a little bit of blending. Play with the pressure of your brush and just have fun. There was another good spot to take a progress photo before we move into a darker color, and I'll be moving into the orange and red mixture. And you will notice that a little bit of red goes a long way. So start off with a smaller amount of red. You can always add more. And same thing, just working our way to the edges around the perimeter of the prior color. And if you happen to overlap that traceable line, totally okay. You're doing a great job. I'm really proud of you for just having fun and getting creative. Again, here I do recommend that you apply your paint thicker. Even on the demo, you can see where some of that texture of the canvas is coming through. Again, just apply your paint thicker. Maybe add a little bit of water to it, but not too much water. We're here for acrylic painting, not watercolor painting. But again, just kind of play and find the balance that works for you and the tools that you have. As you get more and more into painting, you will notice that some paints are runnier, some paints are thicker, and you'll end up finding the brands and the colors that you prefer. So now we're going darker yet again. So we're going to do a red and purple mixture, and then you can add a little bit of white to it to kind of tone it down a little bit. If you don't want to add the white and you want to keep with that kind of dark red and purple, by all means, go ahead and do that. Same thing, still overlapping the prior color, moving the brush with the light pressure to just kind of play with that transition color. And here you can see where I'm starting to introduce purple. You can either go with your direct purple, you can do a purple and white mixture, or you can add the purple to the prior color you were just using. Trust your instincts here and do what feels good for you. You can always paint this painting a second and third time, and each time that you paint this painting, you will learn more, it'll get easier, and you'll keep finding your groove and your comfort level. All right, now just kind of using that direct purple, going a little bit darker in that top left-hand corner. And I'm going to encourage that you just kind of play with your background. Go back to any of the colors that you want, play with the blending. Go ahead and take that progress photo so you can see the before and after. I'm going to go back through and just kind of play with different colors, maybe some shades of pink, maybe different shades of orange, and just kind of work on some of the transitions in the different places. Again, trust your instinct. If you're hovering your brush somewhere going, "Ooh, should I put this color here?" Go ahead and put that color there. This is just paint. And this is a safe place for you to explore different options, trust your instincts, and just kind of see what happens. Again, it's just paint. Remember to breathe. Sometimes we get pretty excited and into the process, and you don't realize you're holding your breath. So I'm here to remind you every now and again to just relax. Hopefully you'll hear my voice in your head at other stages in your life, and just telling you to take a deep breath and relax. Anytime you get stressed out, focus on your breathing, and it just kind of brings you to a nice centered place within yourself. So when you're done with your background, take that progress photo. We're going to let the painting dry for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I do want you to notice how you feel. You can go take a break, or you can watch this little ad that I have for my Paint Your Pet class. And this is my all-time favorite class to teach. I've been teaching it for over 15 years. And if you have never painted, this is a great intro class for you. And it's a great way to step into your creativity and realize that it's a lot of fun when you paint what you love. And it's really a lot of fun to just kind of hang out with what I call adult kindergarten. So check out the website and that 10% off code, and just find times where you can get creative with your friends, with your family, by yourself. I do offer in-person workshops as well as online classes, and you can paint your pet or your favorite animal, just no humans. You will impress your pet and yourself, and I do create this as very easy, logical steps for you to follow. Now you'll see a very speedy demo. I will not have you paint this fast, but I will teach you core foundational art skills in the Paint Your Pet class. you'll be able to apply these skills to other creative projects in the future. And here comes my favorite part. I do ask all my students to send me pictures of their pet and their painting, and they're some of my most favorite photos to receive. So you can see just how happy and how proud the pets are of their humans. All right, so time to resume painting. I do want you to look at your painting from about 10 feet away. Everything in life looks better from a distance, including artwork. So now we're going to move into the silhouette design. I'm going to use a large flat brush. You can use any brush that you want. Feel free to switch down to smaller brushes as you get to the edge of your rock formation. And I think I forgot to mention this earlier. This is called the Two Sisters Rock Formation. And this is based on a location in Sedona, Arizona. The Two Sisters are close by the Chapel of the Holy Cross, which is a nice destination that a lot of people like to go to when they visit Sedona. So many, many, many things to see in Sedona. So again, we're just filling in this space with black paint. If you prefer to use a different color, by all means, go ahead and do that. Again, I'm going to recommend that you apply your paint a little bit thicker so that way you cover all the texture, and we don't want to see any of the white canvas showing through by the time we're done filling in the silhouette. As you come to the edges of this rock formation, take your time. This is not a race. Go slow, focus on your breathing. If you're kind of shaky as you're applying the paint, that means you're holding your breath. So exhale as you touch the brush to the canvas, and that will make your process a little bit smoother. And again, switch to that small pointy brush. And another little tip, if you're finding that your paint's real thick and it's kind of hard to get that nice kind of smooth line, add a little bit of water to the pigment on the plate. And again, you never want more than 30% water added to the pigment. But by adding a little bit of water, it'll make your acrylic paint a little bit more fluid, and it'll also kind of help fill in the texture of the canvas with the paint. So again, you can add a little bit of water for a little more fluidity. All right, so I'm going to switch the pointy brush to finish up the last couple of smaller areas. Again, exhale as you touch the brush to the canvas. You can add anything extra to this silhouette that you might want. If you want to put a silhouette of a hiker kind of going up on the side, or somebody sitting on the rocks meditating. If you want to put a howling coyote on there, just Google what you want for a silhouette image and just kind of break down the shapes simply. You can put birds in the sky, flowers on the rocks, anything you want to do. And again, remember to breathe. I hope that you are noticing that maybe you're a little more relaxed towards the end of your painting compared to the beginning of your painting process. And that's kind of the point of painting. It's not about being perfect, but it's about just escaping your world for a little bit. And the skills that you learned with applying the paint today, some of the blending, some of the color mixing, it'll make even more sense the next time that you go to paint. So again, play with anything that you want. Make this painting your own. You can put birds in the sky. You can put a sun in the sky. You can put stars out there. Anything you want to add. I do recommend taking your progress photo. And please do not wait too long to do your next painting. Try to find regular creative outlets, monthly, if not weekly. So great job today. Thank you so much for painting. Please remember to send me photos of your paintings. You can either tag me or email me directly. And then again, when you're done with kind of my YouTube videos, please check out the Paint Your Pet course. It is a lot of fun. You seriously will impress yourself. So until next time, cheers.